Okay, so if you follow the podcast, you will know that I was not here last week because I had more important things to do. I had a release of the fuck was it called? The photograph freestyle that I put up on my YouTube page. You can go check that shit out. And that's official row. That's my artist page. This is the podcast page, which is Toker Talk Tuesday podcast, which you should already know if you clicked it. And if you don't know, why the hell you clicking on shit that you don't know what they are. But thank you for actually doing it. But you're still weird. But where the fuck was I? Oh yeah. Go follow the other page, official row at YouTube. I know the stuff. And I just want to start this podcast off with a good energy because I'm in a good fucking mood. I'm high as shit. It's Tuesday. We doing the podcast. How many times you gonna fucking mention that shit? Get on with your material. I just want to start off with the good energy. Way to go with your good energy. With the good energy, we feeling good. And I just want to say to everybody out there that life is fucking crazy. And sometimes it will do this really weird thing to where it punches you in the gut. But once you get folded over, you look down and you find $100. And you're like, oh shit, this is exactly what I needed to help me get through this other thing. Thank you for punching me in the gut, kind of. Because, yeah, it hurt, but turned out to be something that I needed in order for me to look at this thing in this perspective and then get exactly what I needed from that. So that's what happened to me recently. I got punched in the gut, I got folded over, and then I found $100 on the ground. I was like, oh shit, this is exactly what I needed. And, I wouldn't have noticed those $100 if I had not gotten punched in the gut prior to that. So, yeah, man, just trust life. Because sometimes it'll fuck you over, but in the end, it'll just work out as long as you just keep working that shit, Just try to be happy, keep good energy in your life. Just keep looking for that good energy. Just keep pursuing that shit, and it'll come eventually, You just gotta keep your shit in perspective. And that's the tone for this podcast that I'm starting. Is putting shit in perspective and context. And speaking of context, that airplane that you hear, it's all sound effect. I got me a soundboard, and I was like, you know what? Let me make this shit sound more cinematic. I'm gonna add this motherfucking airplane effect, and that's what you're hearing right now. It goes on for exactly 85 seconds, which is a minute and 25 seconds, I think. Ew. Hopefully I don't keep sniffling throughout the podcast. That'd be fucking gross. Because I do got somewhat of a stuffy nose. I got sick recently and I had to go to Austin. Well, yeah, I had to go to Austin and I was over there in Austin. And why am I saying this so weird? I was over there and I was sniffling the whole time. And what pissed me off is whenever I was over there, I had plans to go visit these places, which required the weather to be sunny and nice and kind of hot. But the weather forecast said that it was going to be rainy. So I was like, no, how are my plans? So then I had to create new plans. And then while I was doing those new plans, there was no rain. It was all perfectly sunny. It was nice. It was hot. exactly in the way I needed it to be to make the original plans come true. But I will be back hopefully soon. Austin is a beautiful place. I told you I went there to South by Southwest, right? And it was very disappointing. But that's not anybody's fault in particular. But hopefully next year I'll be able to go and spend a lot more time and enjoy South by Southwest a little bit more. But something that's crazy happened, whenever I want to push it into context, remember? So something happened over there in Austin that I feel extremely, extremely terrible for. And I'm ashamed to even utter these words out of my mouth. But basically what happened was I smacked the shit out of my girl trying to fight for my life against some kangaroos in dinosaur costumes. Okay, so let's put that into context. What happened was, me and my girl went to Austin, and we spent a couple nights out there in a hotel room, and we went out visiting places. Well, one of the nights we went out to some bars and we got a couple drinks and we met up some friends that I have over there in Austin. And we, we got kind of drunk. We ended up going back to the hotel. And me and her, we were kind of affectionate. Okay, so whenever we sleep, we kind of hold each other and, we'll be kind of close. So, I guess it was an alcohol and weed, obviously, induced dream. And it was fucking crazy. So, here's what happened. I was in a compound, right? It kind of looked like in the middle of the Serengeti over there in Africa. Where you see all the lions and shit like that. Where it's like these brown grass and it's dried sand. But somehow there's still trees out there. So it was like that. And we're in this little compound, and around this compound, they had these big Jurassic Park like fences all around it. And, they're really tall. But outside of those fences, you started hearing noises and shit like that. And out comes this elephant. But this elephant, keep in mind, it was dressed up like a giraffe. Okay? It was like painted like a giraffe, the way it's like yellow and brown spotted. And it was wearing this little hat that's, the giraffe neck. But you could tell it was a hat. Like somebody clearly took effort and time to make this elephant look like a giraffe. But what was even weirder about this elephant dressed like a giraffe was that it was neighing like a horse. It was making horse sounds. Like and shit like that. I don't know if that sounded like a horse. I'll have to go back and listen to it. And if not, I'll just use my soundboard and look for a horse sound. You know what? I should have used my soundboard. Whatever. Okay, so this elephant that's dressed like a giraffe and sounds like a horse is out there and is going crazy outside of our compound. And that to me is fucking terrifying because I've never seen anything like this. Like, what the fuck? Who dressed it up like a fucking giraffe? Why is it so angry? And it's trying to get in and it's neighing like a horse. And that's terrifying. Well, out come these fucking kangaroos. I figured out now that they're kangaroos because I kind of remember seeing they had these really thick legs. and they're dressed like in these like cheap dinosaur costumes. They're not like the T-Rex ones that you see, but they're like the kid-friendly kind of like furry, light green. I don't know. I'm kind of imagining the Publix dinosaur, like in the cartoon version. And that's what it reminds me of. But they're in these costumes. I don't know why the fuck all these animals are in these weird ass costumes. Who the fuck put these African wildebeest in these fucking little child costumes? But anyways, so these kangaroos, they start jumping over these fucking fences, yo. And we're like, oh shit, because at first we thought we were safe for him. Because, the elephant, he's like, well, he can't jump over the fence because he's fat. And he can't break through it because, like the Jurassic Park ones, they're electrical. I don't know how I know that they're electrical, but I don't know, something just told me that they're electrical. So we're safe inside the compound against the elephant. But the whole game changed as soon as these fucking kangaroos came out with dinosaurs costumes, and they started jumping over the fucking fence, and now we gotta defend ourselves, okay? So my first plan was, as soon as he jumps over the fence, I'm gonna time it right, because they're jumping over the fence. They would get there, and then they jump back. Boop. They jump over the fence, get a little bit closer, and then jump back. Boop. So I was like, okay, he's getting closer. As soon as he gets in my reach, before he can attack me, I'm going to time it to where he lands, and I just drop kick him in the chest. Okay? That's my plan. What happens as soon as he does it, I fuck up the timing, okay? He jumps over, and I completely fuck it up because I get nervous and I get scared or whatever. And then he's about to jump over the fence. I don't know what he's going to do because he's like right within my reach. I don't know if he's gonna attack or not, but I'm terrified because he's getting closer. Now I don't want to see what's gonna happen next time he's even closer, what he's gonna do. So instead of letting him jump back over, I just hit him on top of the head. And all of a sudden I hear, "Why'd you hit me?" And I was like, what the fuck, that voice sounds familiar. And then I think a little bit. There's no more kangaroo with the dinosaur. My girl's turning over, and she's like kind of, crunched up into a ball because she's so hurt and heartbroken. You could hear it in the tone of her voice. Like, she's like, "Why'd you hit me? Why are you smacking me?" I was like, no, I did not just smack her. I felt fucking terrible. I felt horrible, like guilty, ashamed. The first time that we spend away together as a couple, I smack her on top of the fucking head. That's, oh my God. I felt... that was just bad. But every time I think about it, that shit makes me laugh because it sounds so fucking stupid that's the way that I fucking hit her. Like, you're dreaming of what? But that's a real dream, and I will never forget that because I am traumatized. I was so scared to sleep next to her because I didn't want nothing else bad to happen. I felt terrible. But every time I think about it, like, I just picture myself like laying there asleep, like in her direction, being like, "No, kangaroo," and just smacking her. And she said that it happened twice. That there was one. So clearly I think I, injured the kangaroo the first time in order to, reach over and hit it again because she said that I hit her one time kind of lightly. And then the second time was definitely a lot more firm. And I felt very, very, very bad. But I just, the image of me doing that, dreaming about these kangaroos in fucking dinosaur costumes and trying to, smack them because I didn't know what was going to happen. And it turned out my girl ended up paying the price. Oh man, maybe that's a little more honest than I should have been. Well, not really. I didn't tell you that much, but that's a real story, and I felt really, really bad. I still feel really, really bad, but that's hilarious. I'm sorry. No, but good parts of what were there was we went to the capital, the Austin, because apparently Austin is the capital, which I remember whenever I was younger, I used to always think that it was Houston for some reason. I don't know why I used to think that Houston was the capital of Texas, but it's Austin. So we went to the Capitol building there and seen where all the governors and shit do their things and stuff like that. And we went in there, and that place is fucking beautiful. Like, the floors look nice. The architecture is really cool. There's so much fucking detail and all that shit. And I like it. Like, it's all symmetrical for the most part. And everything inside is, like, in pristine condition, even though it was built in, like, 1808 or some shit like that. But while we were walking around, I'm sorry, I'm gonna sound nasally as fuck. I'm over here sniffling and shifting my mocos around in the podcast, and you guys are hearing that shit. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm putting you through this as a listener. And I wish I would have gotten some nasaline. Is that a thing? That sounds like a thing that I've heard. But anyways, the Capitol building. While we're walking around, we seen this little board, like, those little information things, like, oh, this building was built in 1785 by William Who Gives a Fuck. It was one of those, and we go to read it because we were just discussing, I wonder how old this building is. So we go up to that little board hoping it's going to offer some information as to when it was built. And we start reading into it. And then it starts describing about these waterways and all this shit like that. And it's talking about this little manhole cover right next to it. And so it's this whole board dedicated to this manhole cover that I don't give a fuck about. I was upset. I was like, why does this manhole cover have a whole board dedicated to it? I don't care. I don't care about the sewer and where the poop goes of the Capitol building and what time they decided to make indoor poops. That's not what I came for. But the inside was beautiful, We went up. They have 4 levels that you could go up. And then they have this top level at the very, very top to where you can go up there and see the outside the roof and stuff like that. But it was closed off. I don't know if they ever opened that or if that's just for, the senators or something, or special political people. But I want to become rich enough to where some senator will invite me up there one day, or powerful enough to where a senator or somebody will invite me up there one day, because I think that'd be really, 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 really cool. Can't even talk. I sounded like fucking Kevin Gates right now. Really, really, really. But I want to go back to Austin. It was really nice out there. And it got me thinking, I want to see more like capitals of states to see what their capital buildings look like. See when they were built. See what the architecture of those are like. See if I could find any maps on the back of some ancient document that leads me to gold. Maybe one day. But that got me thinking, yo, I wanna go to really, really, really old buildings, you know? Like Rome and shit like that. And see the Vatican. And see the Sistine Chapel. See all that shit that they built and who knows when the fuck. Where they're still, you know, hacking off limbs because of leprosy. Or they're just falling off in the middle of the street because of the Black Plague. But I want to see those buildings, see what the architecture of those are like. Because even churches that were built like in the 1800s, 1900s, some of them look really cool. I just like the architecture. I don't really care about the whole God thing and all that stuff that's tied behind it, but the architecture looks really cool. I like the way it looks, you know, just the aesthetics of it is intriguing to me. And as long as nobody there tries to convert me or I don't get possessed by any, you know, spirits that may be there in the church or whatever, I'll be good. I wonder how many people that got exorcisms were actually just mentally ill, you know, or like schizophrenic or something like that. And they just heard voices inside their head, and then the church was like, you're possessed, motherfucker. You must put a little bit of water on your forehead, and I'm gonna smack you upside the head with this wooden cross. I'm gonna read some book at you, and you'll be all better. How many of those people were like schizophrenic? Just, you know, they didn't have any Prozac back then. Is Prozac even for medical shit? It just sounds funny, Prozac. It sounds like one of those fucking drugs that you hear for your depression. Like, are you feeling down? Don't feel down anymore. Gray clouds are often over your head, but we have the medicine for you. Don't feel anything but your hair follicles grow. Take Prozac. Symptoms and side effects may include lung coughing out of your mouth, nasal bleeding every 55 seconds, violent diarrhea, sudden stops of breathing, heart failure, brain collapse, loss of credit. If any of these symptoms are encountered, please consult with your physician. I don't know where I was going with that. I completely forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Oh yeah, being possessed. I got lost in that shit. I was really focused on what the fuck to say next. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry. I'm high as shit. And I'm feeling really fucking good. Like, life is fucking good. I'm really, really good. Are you really, really good? Take Prozac. Dude, watch them fucking sue me because I mentioned their name like 80 times. And I said some shit that's not real. I don't even know what Prozac is. Watch it be for your like fucking hair or something. Or for you to get an erection. I don't know what Prozac is. Just a disclaimer to anybody who heard any of that shit. I don't know what Prozac is. I don't know if it'll actually do any of that. I don't even know if it's a real drug. I'm probably over here giving a disclaimer to something that doesn't even exist. Ew, why does it keep sniffling? It's so gross. But yeah, man, life is fucking good. I hope shit don't suck right now. You know what I mean? Y'all ever have the moments to where you're like, everything's going good. Hopefully something don't fuck it up. I'm always thinking like that shit. And I think that's a very, very bad way of thinking. But I still do. I still keep it and I don't know why. It's just like a part of me. I don't know what the fuck's going on in my head. Is it something like a pattern that I notice? What is it? You know, why do I keep feeling like that shit might go bad? Is it something that I do to myself? Do I self-sabotage? You ever think about that shit? Is it just me? And if it is, don't fucking judge me, goddammit. Because I don't know. I'm not a therapist. And why am I... Y'all ain't therapists either. Why the fuck am I telling y'all my problems? Y'all don't even know my problems. This podcast is supposed to be, you know, making people feel good and shit like that. It's Toker Talk Tuesday. Sometimes we talk... Well, you know, sometimes we talk about serious shit. Other times we talk about funny shit. But... hopefully you guys... I don't know. Do I even have a goal with any of this shit that I say? I probably don't. I just talk. I was gonna say, hopefully you guys are, you know, are entertained by this. Which, yeah, I hope you guys are entertained by this because that's the only way that I'm gonna keep you guys listening. If not, you ain't gonna come back. It's gonna be like, man, this fucker just talks and says some stupid shit. Doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even have a point. But no, hopefully you guys are entertained. I don't know if I have a point with any of this. Do I have a mission? Probably not. Probably do. Subconsciously somewhere. I just try to be nice to everybody. Just try to not be a dick. That's my whole... If you would want to sum up my life, it would be that sentence right there. Just don't be a dick. If I was on Jesus and Mero, that would be my rainbow. Don't be a dick. Just stop. Like, for real, just don't be a dick. That's gonna be my rainbow. Why the fuck am I... I wave my hand over and arc it and, like, go side to side to mimic the, you know, the thing of a rainbow. But you guys can't see it. And then what was funny was that while I was explaining to y'all how I did it again, like y'all could fucking see it. Yo, over there in Austin, I bought me a vinyl record. And I'm excited to hear what vinyl records sound like because I got a new album, which was the Linkin Park Hybrid Theory. So it's a newer album, but it's vinyl. And everybody always says that vinyl has the best sound. I'll be the judge for myself. I'll listen to it. I gotta buy me the little vinyl thing first. And then I'll listen to it. But I gotta get me one to where I could upload the shit onto my computer, you know, like sampling wise. I want to do that because I want to sample shit off of vinyl things, off of vinyl records. So sometimes I want to get that crackling sound. Sometimes you want to get that warm sound. And there was this guy that told me, he's like, oh, you could always go on YouTube MP3, but it's not always the same quality, bro. Like, sometimes people will change the levels. Other times, YouTube compresses the audio files to where it doesn't sound the same. So even if they uploaded it in extremely high quality, by the time you're listening to it on the video, it's a different sound. I've noticed that shit whenever I make music and then I upload onto YouTube and it sounds completely different. Well, to me, at least to me it does. Because I've been working on it for so long in order for it to get this sound that whenever I hear it on YouTube, it doesn't sound the way I would like it to. Like, the music still sounds the same, but there's these frequencies I guess, that don't sound as loud as I would like them to, that were supposed to sound a certain level. I hope any people who really fuck with music out there understand what the fuck I just said, because that's kind of sort of technical, but it's not technical enough to where I know what I'm actually talking about, because I don't know the names of any of this stuff. These are just things that I'm kind of like basing off of what it's labeled, you know, on FL Studio. I'm just kind of saying what it says around the things that I'm manipulating whenever I move them, you know. No, probably not, because you don't fuck with FL Studio. And if you do, you probably might know what I'm talking about, but I'm also bad at explaining things, so you might not. But yeah, what was I talking? Oh yeah, the vinyl thing. I want to do that shit, and I want to sample the songs onto my computer. And one day I want to do one of those rhythm roulette things, because I have seen some of those rhythm roulette ones that are fucking terrible. They're not good. And they have them on Mass Appeal by Nas, which it's like, dude, you're supposed to bring your A game to that shit. Like, some of them don't even feel like they try. They're just like, all right, whatever. I got trash, so let me make this be. But to be honest, if I'm gonna be completely fair, it is pretty difficult to make a beat right there on the spot, no preparation. You have a certain time limit, and you have to make it within that time limit, and you have to make it hot. So I can kind of understand to where you might not make a beat that's your best, but some of them just sounds like they don't give a fuck. Just like, well, fuck it. I'm already kind of made anyway. I'm just kind of putting my name out there. So I think I should be fine with my level of sampling. Like, I've made beats that sound better than some of them, you know. But yeah, I want to do that shit, and I want to get some vinyls and go blindfold myself, get those, and then do that shit. And then I'll steal the idea from the other people, from the crate things. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I'll see. I'm sorry I'd like paused there for a second, because I was thinking, how could I do it? And I was thinking maybe I could like call somebody and just have them bring me like a bunch of random stuff, and I'll make a beat out of that shit. You know, I'll just sample it using the microphone, and then I'll just put them in songs and shit like that. But that'll be hopefully soon. I need to start focusing on music. I need to start. Why the fuck do I keep saying that shit? I mean, I do kind of focus on it, but what I've been doing recently is I've been making beats and then I write. But I hate the recording process. So I have a whole bunch of shit written and I have a whole bunch of beats, but I don't. I like recording. I like rapping it. The thing I don't like is the mixing part. So I actually have a lot of songs and stuff like that that are actually recorded, and they're on my computer. You know, they have the beats already made, they have hooks and all that shit, but they're not mixed and they're not mastered, because I get so frustrated with that shit. I just do. I hate it. I hate it. But it's all part of the thing that I need to do. I need to do that part that I fucking hate to get where I want to be and love exactly what I do. I just gotta grind it out for a little bit more until I can afford to pay somebody to do that shit for me. Because that's what you got to do. I can't always do everything by myself. Sometimes I'm going to have to delegate things. But in the end, I want like complete creative control over my shit, you know? That's what I would like, at least. I know that might be a lot to ask from some people, but I don't know, the thought of being independent, just doing what you want, what you believe to be best for you, just seems liberating, you know? Being able to move how you want, when you want, according to the way you know would be good for you, you know, mentally and spiritually. And that's all what needs to come next. What? What the fuck? How the fuck did I just end that shit? All I heard myself say was, that's what needs to come next. Did that shit even make any sense with everything else I just said? I'm sorry. Sometimes I zone out whenever I'm talking and I'm like, and then I hear myself just talking. I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I saying? That makes for terrible broadcasting. Watch me one day say some shit on some big platform that I don't even know what I was saying, and it's terrible. Watch it be terrible. And I'm just zoned out, and I'm speaking, and I'm going on a mindless rant, and that ends my career. Everything I ever worked for, that's how I end my career. It's just because I zoned out, and I started talking, and I didn't know when to shut the fuck up. I hope not. That'd suck. That'd be a stupid way to go, you know? How'd he go? Oh, he said a bunch of dumb shit and nobody ever fucked with him again. He says that supposedly he didn't know what he was talking about, but he was on TV, his eyes were open. Look, sometimes I don't pay attention to shit I'm saying because I think of other shit. I think I might have like ADHD or some shit like that. ADD? Didn't they say that those were like made up diseases or something like that, that those don't even really exist, that they're just shit we made up? I don't know who they is. Why do I keep saying they like I have an actual reference? I don't. I just hear shit. I might even just read shit. I might even just imagine shit, and I sit here and I repeat it to you guys. That's how Donald Trump became in office. People just kept saying shit. They might have even imagined shit. It's like, oh, Hillary and this. Hillary's retarded too, though. I'm not going back to that shit. Why the fuck? No, fuck that. I am no. Good energy only. Good energy only. Good energy only. God damn it. I was on a good kick, and then I went down that rabbit hole. Nobody can escape that rabbit hole. But you know what? I'm not talking about the rabbit. I don't know what that's a metaphor for, but I'm not talking about it. You know what I will talk about? I don't know. What should I talk about? Oh, I want to go to... This is basically a podcast of all my dreams and aspirations. Is that what happens whenever you get high? You just talk about shit that you want to do. You don't actually do it. No, I actually do most of what I say I do. I've actually been working. I told you I've been writing all that shit. I have a whole bunch of songs. I just need to actually dedicate a little more time to recording and putting shit together. I put together that photograph freestyle though for y'all. Some people watched it, some people didn't. On Facebook, they didn't really fuck with it. You know, usually I get like 30 likes and shit like that, but nobody fucked with this one. They're like, nah, you could keep that one. You didn't need to put that one out. Yeah, Facebook didn't really like it. YouTube kind of liked it. SoundCloud kind of liked it too. But Facebook, everybody on Facebook was like, just not that one. Yeah, I don't think that was it. So, whatever. It's all cool. I'll just keep doing what I can do. No, Just doing what I know I'm best at. Trying to be the best of me. But you know what? I need to go. What's today? Today is Tuesday. Thursday is that day. Maybe on Sunday I can go, and I need to go. I need to start practicing open mic. Did I tell you that I want to start doing stand up? I want to practice doing stand up. I want to actually be in front of people, see the stupid shit that I say if it's actually funny, and then work on that. Help that. Learn how to interact with crowds. Learn how to bring up energy within crowds, and hopefully that'll be a tool to whenever I become a movie producer, right? You know, like learn how to write shit to where I can get a certain feeling out of crowd, like know where I can take them based on the dialogue that's going on. I hope that makes any sense to anybody out there. But that's what would be the next step apart from music, would be the stand up. I need to do all this shit all at one time. I need to start practicing, and I need to keep working at it. What do y'all think? I should have a poll. You know what? I'm gonna have a poll on Instagram. And you know what else? I need to start promoting my podcast a little bit more, because I don't promote my podcast at all. I just kind of put it on YouTube, and then hopefully one of the titles will get somebody's attention, and they sit there and they listen to it. And if not, well, oh well. I uploaded it. I feel accomplished. You know what? That's all I need to feel. I need to feel accomplished for me, not for you. I don't need your motherfucking click. I don't need your motherfucking thumbs up. But please subscribe if you are listening to this, and thumbs up if you like it, and share it on your wall. Damn, I sound like such a corporate hack. Please follow me on YouTube. That's what I hate about that shit, man. I don't want to become one of those people. Like, please support me on this. Please listen to this. Please pay attention to me. Please look at me. I don't want to be one of those fucking people, yo. But unfortunately, that's what sometimes you have to do in order to get people's attention to shit that you're doing in other regions, you know? But I also want all these skills and tool sets to help me in my future endeavors. I feel like all this shit will one day lead up to where I want to be in order to get full full life to my little creative visions that I have sometimes. I feel like Kanye West. I feel like Walt Disney. I feel like Leonardo da Vinci. I feel like Jesus Christ. I feel like Napoleon Dynamite. I'm starting to sound like Kanye West tweets. I'm not talking about him either. He'd be on some bullshit sometimes too. Fucking Kanye West. You know, he's not even really one of my favorite rappers. Everybody keeps saying, oh, he's one of the greatest of all time. He did this. And he's alright. Come on, let's be honest. He makes some pretty good beats. But him as a rapper and as a songwriter, he's alright. He had his moment. But he's not, I don't know. Maybe he means different things to other people that I just can't identify with. I didn't really fuck with Kanye like that whenever he came out. He was never my top go-to pick for like, oh, he's the best or something like that. He was just always alright to me. So, those are my opinions on Kanye West. I don't really care for Kanye West that much. He could say whatever the fuck he wants. I just think that line that he used came back to bite him in the ass It's kind of funny because Questlove had a t-shirt about it that said, Kanye West don't like black people or doesn't care about black people, which is that sentence that he used against George Bush during Hurricane Katrina. It's like, damn, Kanye, your own words came to bite you in the ass. Don't it suck whenever that shit happen? Like, whenever you tell your girl something and then you try to do something and she throws that exact same line with the exact same tone right back at you just to let you know you're full of shit. I hate that. But it keeps you on your toes. Makes you a better person. You need somebody to call you out on your bullshit every now and then. Everybody does. If not, you're just going to go neck deep in bullshit and you're just going to be smelling funny all the time. So you need somebody to tell you, like, hey man, cut the bullshit out because you're starting to smell and look a little funny. And nobody likes somebody that smells and looks a little funny. So we ain't gonna fuck with you. You know, everybody needs that in their life sometimes. I know I do. I know I still do. Hopefully, everybody that I keep in my circle from here on out will do that for me. Call me out on my bullshit. Just stay real with me. That's all I need. I need people to be real with me because if I continue in this path that I want to be on, that I need to be on, I know it's going to be full of a bunch of fake shit. So I need a little real bubble to keep me protected from the fake world. You know? That's how everybody needs to move nowadays. They need to keep their real bubble. And sooner or later, everybody's real bubble is going to influence everybody else who isn't in the real bubble. And the people with the real bubbles are going to conjoin with the other real bubbles and they're just going to make a big ass bubble. And then you pop it and you go boop. No. Then that bubble encompasses the world. And then more people can live their truth. And more people can be free. And less people will be angry. More people will be happy. And less people will be raped. Right? I hope so. The fuck? The fuck was that shit? I don't know, it sounded creepy though. There's always these weird ass noises and shit like that back here. That's a bad thing about that fucking being in this creepy ass garage at night sometimes. But whatever, man, whatever. What was I talking about? Yeah, the future. The future's crazy. Because you never know exactly if your future is planned. Because sometimes it feels like certain things happen at the moment that they need to happen in order for you to become a better person. So sometimes like, damn, is life, is there destiny, is there fate? What if everything's just left to chance? What if everything's just random? What if you decide your own fate and destiny? Can you work hard on yourself to alter what might be inevitable? Or is that something that was predisposed for you to do in the first place? You know, are there certain people that are just destined to be great and show other people how to be great, you know, inspire them to work at themselves? Or were them people just willed enough to do it? Are they one and the same? Huh. All I know is that I keep hearing shit running around on the gutters outside and that shit creeps me out. I don't like that shit, yo. Like, what the fuck y'all doing in the gutters, homie? I think it's those damn rats. What if they're bats? Bats are just rats with wings. You know that? That actually kind of sounds like a rap. Bats are just rats with wings. I don't know what I really mean. Cause I've been smoking on that green. I ain't got no explanation. But you know that I seen a bat the other day. I don't smoke on no hay. Is there a fate? Or is destiny something that we make? Oh shit. Son. Just wrapping off the dome. Now let me stop before I ruin it. I keep going though. Y'all know I could keep going. Y'all know damn well I could keep going. God damn it. I'm roll, motherfucker. Hey. Put in the work and the time and the effort for this shit. It's my time to shine. This is my motivational speech, by the way. If y'all ready to be motivated, you could put this on your fucking what's it called? On your gym playlist. Just chop out this little piece right now. God damn it. I'm working for this. This is what I want. This is what I fucking need. This is what I'm gonna make happen. Because these are my choices. Because I need to do this for me. Not for y'all. Fuck y'all. This is for me. God damn it. Okay, now you can chop that off. You chop that off and then you put it on your little workout playlist. And it might ruin your mood because you probably have like some really high energy music. And then you just hear me talking and you're like, what the fuck? Why did I put this on here again? And you're like, oh yeah, I was fucking high. And it was motivating at the time. But now whenever I hear it and I'm sober and I'm kind of hot, like I just kind of want something that's going to keep me going on the treadmill, you know? But yeah. I don't know how long I've been going because that little thing that I need to tell the time with is kind of angled wrong and all I see is light. So I'm just kind of blindly going at this. I might be going too long, but whatever. I'm just trying to keep the sound of all those stupid noises that we decide to keep as pets for some reason. Why do we like to keep pets? What is it that is our fucking fascination of owning other living beings? That you're like, you know what? Usually you would do your own thing and you'd kind of fend for yourself and you would be fine. But I want to keep you, you know? I made this decision as me that you're your own separate entity are mine now. I want you. You don't have a choice in this. I'm going to put food in a little bowl for you. I'm going to snap my fingers and I'm going to call you whenever I want. And then I'm going to ignore you whenever you get older because you're not as cute as you were whenever you were a puppy, you know? That's what humans do. Which is very sad, but it's true. What is our fascination with that? Why do we want little fluffy things to call our own? Just so we could feed them and make our lives harder. Because now not only do you have to provide food for yourself, you have to provide food for this other little random creature. And you have to identify what it likes. And then you have to clean up after it once it poops in your house, because you don't like just random poop in your house. That's why you have indoor plumbing. Like that Austin Capitol building was so eager to tell us about. You have that. I wonder, do you have a fucking board at your house that describes when your indoor plumbing was put in? Probably not, because you're a normal person. I would. I'd put the little plaque outside my house to tell you when I built it and how hard that shit took me to build that house. Nobody would read it though, because I would put it in Latin, because I wouldn't want people to know that I'm like kind of humbly bragging, you know? And then that way whenever I put it in Latin, I could tell people that it's a lot fancier than what it actually is. You know? I could put some deep saying into it. But if somebody actually knows Latin, be like, motherfucker, this shit took me a lot of work. And that's all it says. I don't know how you would write that in Latin. What is Latin? Because I thought it was an ethnicity, but apparently it's a fucking language too. So, was there a country named Latonia? Which that sounds like a Marvel fucking far, far away land planet thing. Why the fuck does these stupid animals keep barking at shit? Just shut up. Just go fucking chew on a rock and shut the fuck up. Just stop barking. Stupid ass dog. See, that's the type of shit that makes you want to kick a puppy in the chest, you know? You ever just want to kick a puppy in the chest because it won't shut the fuck up, like those little stupid dogs, those Yorkshire Terriers or some shit like that? Those little baby puppies that people put in their purses? You ever just want to punt one of those? Try to kick it into a ceiling fan? See if you could, like, ricochet it off like a pinball machine. Just bing, bing! And then boom, it lands into the hamper. And then you get an extra 500 bonus points. And then, you know, it lands on top of the lid. So if you step on it, you get another go, you know? I don't know. Wasn't I supposed to be good wasn't I supposed to be putting good energy out and shit like that? Here I am talking about punting a little puppy. That one kind of deserves it though. Like, it was kind of being quiet, and now it decides that it's going to want to keep barking again. It's kind of a little bitch dog. And you could say bitch because it's not, you know, derogatory towards dogs, because it might technically be a bitch. I don't know, it's not a female dog. It could very well be possibly a female dog. Or if it identifies as a male dog, who am I to say that it's not a male dog, you know? What if it's a male dog thinking he's a bitch, you know? What if he identifies as a bitch? You don't know what this dog is going through. Don't judge it, okay? I can't believe I just said any of that shit. But whatever, I'm keeping that in there. It's whatever. Hello. Let's do the magical timer. Hey, wait. Oh shit. That was pretty good. I'm proud of myself. I deserve a drink of water because I have not taken a sip of water yet throughout this podcast. I feel pretty proud of myself that has been that long with no sips of water. Watch me actually go back and listen to this, and the very first thing I did would be fucking drink a sip of water. Like, motherfucker, somebody's gonna comment on it, and they're gonna have the little link on there. At 27 seconds, you took a sip of water. You're a fucking liar. I will never listen to your Toker Talk Tuesday podcast ever again, Mr. Rowe. I'm like, no, don't go. Please subscribe. You know what I would like though? Again, with the Toker Talk Rose edition of aspirations and dreams, and what I would like. I want a whole franchise, yo. I want a whole conglomerate of creative entities merged into something that moves as a unit, that stands for more than just me, you know? Because my name's going to be Ro, and the symbol's going to be kind of the Ro symbol, but I want that symbol to stand for more than just me. I don't want it to be limited to what I am. I want it to be universal. I want it to be something that stands for something other than just Ro the artist, Ro the musician, you know? It's going to be symbolic of just people who want to do better and better themselves in order to create a better us, you know? Yeah, I paused for dramatic effect. I don't know if that shit even deserved a dramatic pause, but it's in there. I ain't gonna edit that shit out. I don't edit shit out anymore. I used to. I used to be like, oh, this little pause shit takes too long. I don't give a fuck. I sit here and I talk. And if I don't talk, well, you know what? There goes 5 seconds that you're not gonna get anything of my voice. And you could think for them 5 seconds. You could be like, damn, what's he doing that he's taking 5 seconds to say anything? You know what? I'm giving you time to reflect on shit I said. Or ponder whether it made any type of sense whatsoever. Those are what these dramatic pauses are for. Nah, man. I can't wait till weed is fucking legalized anywhere. I wonder if I'm gonna make my shirts out of hemp, because supposedly, according to potheads, what they always fucking say is that hemp textile is a lot better than cotton and all this shit, and it doesn't shrink as much and is more durable and blah 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 blah, and weed, man, all that shit. Is it actually better? I want to get different samples from different companies, different materials, and put them through tests. I'm gonna do my own, science experiment at the house. Thank you, public school education, for teaching me about the scientific method. I'm gonna put that into use to figure out which shirt material, is more durable in order to give my customers the best value for their money. Because I don't want to be one of those fucking artists that sits there and rips off their fucking customers because they want to charge $65 for a $8 shirt that has nothing but their logo on it, and that logo ends up washing off because it's a very cheap screen print. I don't want to be that artist. I want to be somebody who actually cares about the people and gives them something nice to wear that looks like it was, put together with the not just passion but a vision, I want people to wear the same artistry that I put into my music. That's how I'm going to try to separate myself from other artists in that aspect as well. I think I'm giving out too much of my plan on what I want to do. But I definitely want to put it out into the universe. That way, whenever it happens, y'all can see that I've been saying this for a while, and it wasn't just an overnight thing. Like, he's been thinking about this shit for a while. And it has. It's been years that I've been thinking about this shit. It's kept me up at night. It's haunted me. It's confused me for multiple years, but I finally know exactly what I need to do and how I need to do it. And I need to take the steps necessary in order to do it. And I've been, slowly inching myself towards it, but it's a start, like I really need to just go ahead and just dive into it, because you're never going to be ready for anything. Well, you'll never be ready for anything at the time that you encounter it, By the time you're ready for it, the next thing's already going to come. So, but at least if you have more things under your belt to attack the next thing with, the better off you'll be. So I need to go ahead and just delve into it completely. So by the time that I am ready for that thing I just dove into, and I have that skill set already under my belt, maybe whenever the next thing arises, I can use the skills that I learned from that one to go ahead and dive into the next one. And with that, I'm going to end this podcast. I feel like I got a lot off my chest, and I hope y'all learned something. Hopefully I inspired something. Even though I didn't have any intention to do any of that shit. It just kind of slipped out because I'm in a good fucking mood, people. That's what happens whenever you're in a good mood. You say some borderline corny shit, but it's real though. And I hope you guys kind of sort of take it to heart, because I'm pretty sure there's some shit in here that I said that was really fucked up. So some of it y'all could take it to heart. Other shit just kind of, take it for the joke that it was, But hopefully I will see you guys next Tuesday. And hopefully you guys will follow me on this next journey that I will be taking. And thank you for joining me on the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast. But I'm out.